Hi, my name's Will and I'm going to be taking us through a quick PE lesson focusing on coordination and ball control in the sport of tennis. To do this lesson, all you need a tennis ball, hopefully a racket. If not, you can get away with using an old frying pan, not your best one. Okay, so we're just going to go through a quick warm-up. First one is just going to be toe touches. So you're going to go one hand down, touch that toe. Swapping legs, bringing that leg out to the back. So just swapping sides after every touch. Should feel it in the back of your leg and your hamstrings. Couple more. Next one, we're going to go into high kicks. So opposite leg, opposite hand. So left leg, right hand, right leg, left hand. Perfect. Couple more. Now we're going to go into shoulder rotations, so start off nice and small. Imagine there's golf balls on the end of your fingers and hands. Then going a bit bigger, maybe a hockey ball. Moving into a basketball now. Moving into full rotations. So we've done forward, we're just going to reverse it and go backwards. Still full rotations. Getting those shoulders warm. Going into our basketballs. Going into our hockey balls. And into our golf balls. Yep, so our shoulders should be warm. Just going to get our tennis ball. All we're going to do is start with in one hand. We're just going to touch, step to the side, swap hands, touch, touch. Perfect, a few more, so we're swapping hands. So going into some of our ball skills, we're just going to get our tennis ball. We're just going to focus on bouncing it, catching with two hands, moving around the area you've got. Making sure you catch with two hands. Yep, we're always watching that ball. Making sure we're ready for every bounce. If it's too easy, maybe go for one hand catches. Then go for the other hand. Yep, we're fine bouncing it, so we're going to go for throwing it up. Start two hands, nice and easy. Make sure you're looking where you're going as well, but we're always having those hands ready. Like I said, if it's a bit too easy, you can go one-handed. Still moving around the area though, we're not stood still. Okay, try the other hand, right hand. Whoop. So we're always watching that ball, we're tracking that ball. Maybe try switching hands. Perfect, so I'm doing okay. We're going to move on to the next one. Maybe just find a wall, not near a window. We're just going to roll the ball against the wall. Practice stopping again. So don't just roll it straight, try and maybe roll it to the sides, you have to move. Just getting used to getting that ball while it's rolling this time. Beautiful. Whoop. There we go. Right, so now it's time, depending if you've got a racket or a frying pan, to go into your racket skills now. We're nice and warm watching and tracking that ball. Without the racket, now it's time to incorporate it. Okay? First one I'm going to do is called the racing car. Yep, this is your racing car. It's going to go on the racket here. The track is around the racket or frying pan, whatever you've got, but you have to try and slowly Get it to race around the track. Yep, every time it goes round, we're getting 1 lap. It's not about speed, it's about control. So little movements. I'm not doing big movements with my hand, I'm just doing little movements. And I'm only using one hand. And if you want to make it really hard, there is actually a little garage here that we're going to try and get it in. So we'll go around now. Can we get it in the garage? Oh, and we're in there. Out the garage and round again. Yeah, obviously this can be done with the frying pan, just slightly differently. Yeah, so I'm just getting it to go round, controlling that ball, and I'm not dropping it out. Perfect. Okay, so next one we're going to go for is called potato splat. All I'm going to do is throw the ball up and try and splat my potato in between the racket and my hand. Yep, start off little throws. It's too easy, maybe throw it a bit higher. Ooh, that was a bit high. Maybe if it's a bit too hard, maybe try another bouncing. Just give yourself a bit more time. But we're watching that ball, we're getting that racket in the right place. Oh, that was hard on. So, next one we're going to go to pop and drop. Very similar, except we're not splatting the ball this time. We're just going to pop the ball up. Oh, that's a good bounce for me. I'm going to pop the ball up and drop. Pop and drop. Yeah. Bouncing off my mats. Pop, drop. Pop, drop. Yep. You're allowed to let it have more than one bounce, just to give yourself a bit more time if you're finding it hard. Yep, so I've got a bit more time, but I need to keep that racket flat at all times. Yep, otherwise, where's the ball gonna go? Next door's garden. Yep, so a few more. I've got my racket nice and flat. I'm holding the racket with my right hand. That's my dominant hand. And we're just popping and dropping. Yeah, perfect. So, rather than pop in and let it drop this time, we're going to focus on just hit-ups. Can you keep it on the strings? Yeah? I'm making it look a bit easier than it is, because I played a little bit of tennis, but we're just doing little hits, keeping those strings facing up and that racket nice and flat. Yeah? Perfect. So, if we're flying, if we're doing well, we can move on to the next one. If we call this side of the racket fish and this side of the racket chips, we're going to go for fish and chips this time. So we're actually turning the racket either side. Yeah, that's only if our hit-ups are going super well, we can move on to the fish and chips. So we're just going to go fish, chips, fish, chips, fish, chips. Okay? Make it a bit easier, you can let it drop. Well, not for me because I'm actually in the way, but fish, chips, fish, chips, fish. So it's nice little hits. I'm not hitting it hard, keeping the racket flat, but I'm turning it after every hit. Okay? This is hard, but I'm keeping that ball nice and controlled. I'm still moving as well, I'm not stood still, because the ball's moving as well. Perfect. Right, so my ball skills are looking good, my racket skills are looking good. I've got a super hard one. This is the next level one, really hard. We're gonna go fish, chips, mushy peas. Yeah, on our edge. This is super hard. This is our last one. Fish, chips, mushy peas. Yeah, so we're going fish, chips, and then we're doing it. This is called the frame. Okay, I might get the frying pan out for this one. So we're gonna go fish, chips, mushy peas. Ooh. Fish, chips, mushy peas. There we go. Fish, chips. Oh, missed the beat, missed the peas. Fish, chips, peas. Perfect. So, we focused a lot on watching the ball, tracking the ball. We've brought in the racket for our coordination, yeah? And these skills are just ones that you can practice all the time. These are transferable to other sports that you need to throw and catch a ball this size. So you give those a think, what they could be. Other than that, good stuff. Stay safe.